What do you think happens when sex robots come out, like real ones?
You know.
What are you showing me, Jamie?
Oh, that's in Queens, I think. I did hear about that, right? In Queens, there's a lot of streetwalkers.
It says this New York City avenue is being overrun by brazen brothels operating in broad daylight. Is it legal?
They decriminalized it in Manhattan maybe in 2021.
Stop prosecuting prostitution. Part of nationwide shift. District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. moved to dismiss thousands of cases dating back decades amid a growing movement to change the criminal justice system's approach to prostitutions.
How old is this article? Because Cyrus Vance, I know, is he still there?
So that was 2021.
Okay.
But in this article, it says something just like that. This is they asked a cop, and he's like, "We're not allowed to arrest prostitutes anymore, supposedly."
Oh, okay.
But they got to figure something out.
They're not. That's what it says. But.
Interesting.
Sex robots?
How do they have this fucking going on in broad daylight? A police source asked of seeing photos of the women on the streets. So popular with pervs that it's advertised on YouTube. What? What, their brothel is advertised on... Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that girl a real girl that works there?
I don't know. I'll do a little fucking reconnaissance.
Scroll back up, Jimmy. I mean, damn.
At least a picture of her.
It looks a little like a Photoshop, like a little bit of like a little...
It might be AI.
Yeah, or it looks like a little bit of touch-up has been done.
Maybe her mom works there.
Yeah.
Perfect storm for prostitution in Corona and New York City immigrant enclaves. Vulnerable migrant women, unable to legally work, are flooding the city while local district attorneys have chosen to stop prosecuting sex workers. Wow. This is crazy.
Cooperation.
Yeah. The Roosevelt Avenue red light district is blatantly advertised on a YouTube channel for Spanish speakers with 10 minutes of footage showing the women working what they call the market of sweethearts and two men guiding viewers on how to negotiate with them.
All right.
Whoa, this is a YouTube clip?
I found the search topic. So
oh my God.
Let's see what we find.
Yeah, find that.
Yeah, there's articles that are newer articles that still come up. It's still a problem. It's in Queens.
Bro, give me some volume. What? This is wild.
That's going to be loud noises, so let's find.
The market of sweethearts. So this is in Queens?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the one article, too, I was looking at back before said a lot of, like, the unlicensed massages and other things like that, they're just going to stop prosecuting.
Imagine you have a store downstairs that just sells socks and pantyhose and baseball hats, and above it there's prostitutes. Like, what a wild neighborhood.
Imagine how many more people would come in and see your baseball hats and socks on their way in.
Like, this whole neighborhood is wild.
It doesn't show too much in this video either, though.
Oh, so these are the girls that are waiting?
I guess so.
Yeah. But they look kind of plainly and normally dressed.
This just seems like you're just walking around New York like this, unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's just women
Yeah, it's not like the old days when you would ride around and see people like who were dressed obviously like they were working.
Right, but there must be another video, Jamie, that they were talking about that
I'm
advertises how to talk to the men. Why don't you throw it into YouTube?
It's TikTok. It's the same video.
Is that?
It's a shorter version of the same video.
Oh, they run away from the cameras.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a lot of illegals, right? That come over here.
The Avenue of Sweethearts.
Weird.
Yeah. You don't see it in Manhattan anymore.
The New York City red light district. So there's a red light district in New York
Roosevelt
City
Avenue,
now.
right, okay.
Wow. Crazy, dude.
There's inside. Here we go.
A rare glimpse inside a New York City brothel.
That's probably some hidden camera.
Yeah, like they have those cameras now that are like, they're like a fucking tie pin, you know?
Yeah, it's scary. Going into different places, you're probably always being filmed.
Ugh. You're fucking, and there's curtains between you and the people fucking next to you. Like, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit too...
It's exactly how I pictured it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
they don't give you a lot of room to move around in either in that room.
No. And the cameras scare me. Like, there's probably cameras in everyone's house now.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be so, especially if you're a married guy, fucking running around, or you have kids.
Well, there's cameras outside of doors now. There's cameras outside of businesses. There's cameras. We're going to get to a point where there was an invention that they were working on a long time ago that would have these tiny I don't know what you would call them, like tiny machines that were the size of a grain of sand, or a grain of rice, and you could spread them everywhere. And they would give you location data, they would give you video and audio, they would give you all sorts of different things, but they were so tiny that you could just leave them all over the place. And they would transmit through a network, and they would like operate. I don't know how they'd operate. Solar power, what they would do. They have a small battery, whatever it is. But this was an idea that I had read that they thought would eventually come to fruition. You would literally have these tiny nano cameras everywhere.
When they put little cameras in, when they finally get it down to insect size, the size of an ant or a fly.
They have that.
Yeah. Then you're kind of fucked. I mean, I have cameras. Like
have you
I
seen
literally
those little tiny. They look like a little tiny, like a fake bee or a fake fly. And it's a little mechanical fly.
I saw it in Black Mirror, which is kind of how I picture it.
I think they have them. I think it's a real thing now.
Dude, I have 3 cameras in my house. I have one when you walk into my apartment, 'cause I'm so fucking paranoid. I have one facing the front door, and I have 2 on my terrace, because I'm always afraid someone's going to jump down from the roof, which is kind of crazy.
That's totally possible.
And I saw my wife one time. I was watching back footage, and I saw some guy come in, and she was kissing him. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was really I confronted her with it. It was me. It was a fucking video of me. I was looking back. I didn't realize that it was me.
Whoa.
I didn't recognize myself in the video. And I'm confronted. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it was just a video of me leaving.
You confronted her before you realized that it...
Dude, I'm such
Didn't you like zoom in on her or something?
It's a terrible grainy photo, and I took screen grabs of it. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it was me.
Were you guys role playing?
I swear to God, it was. I'm like, why? It wasn't. It was like a weird, intimate kiss on the cheek and a long hug. And I realized that it was me. And I have the photos somewhere. I don't know why that.
I think you need a better camera.
No, or I just need to fucking watch something through. Or you know what it was?
Also, a better camera, because if you thought you didn't even know it was you. How are you going to, if it is someone else, if someone is breaking into your house, you're never going to get a good description of them.
No, I know. It's just some dumpy guy in a fucking hoodie, which is what I saw. But I think the color changes a little bit with the light. I just didn't recognize myself.
Yeah.
And so I confronted her, and then we kind of, I felt like a fucking idiot.
That's pretty fucking...
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, but the cameras are, look, I feel safer with them at night. I kind of want to get a pistol.
I found a lot of articles talking about the smart dust, which is what you're just describing, but I can't find anything that talks about, like, here's it in action. I've a lot of descriptions of this is what it will do, but all the way dating back to maybe even as early as the 90s, they've been talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that it was kind of more theoretical than anything. They think that I don't know how they would power it.
Ring camera has this thing. By the way, when we go away, I set up 5 Ring cameras in my house.